Good evening, Erik Proseus with MemphisWeather.net, recording a short video update for you here. It's about 8:45 on Wednesday evening, February the 8th, and we had a slight risk for some severe weather in the area as we go into the evening hours tonight. I've been talking about that today on our social media feeds. You've seen it in the forecast, and just thought I'd give you a quick update on where we stand right now. Again, about 8:45, and what we can expect over the next several hours. And fortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad tonight. But I wanted to give you a little bit of the background on it. Take a look at radar, and we'll talk about the next several hours. So I'm going to go ahead and start up the stream here of what we're looking at from a graphics perspective. And we do have still a slight risk, a level 2 risk of severe weather, basically right up to the Memphis, the city of Memphis, all of northwest Mississippi and into east central Arkansas, right around the I-40, I-55 areas, kind of from Memphis west and south down into north Mississippi. The rest of West Tennessee, northeast Arkansas is in a marginal risk for severe weather. That is fairly low risk, but not anything that we should just write off. Although things are looking a little bit better this evening than I thought they might earlier today. Let's take a look at kind of what's going on across the area, and this is kind of a regional view. I know this is a pretty busy map here, but I'll go through it with you and just kind of tell you what the setup is here and why we're still under that slight to marginal risk of severe weather. So there is a low pressure area up in northwest Arkansas. The blue kind of contoured lines here show surface low pressure developing and moving to the northeast. And ahead of that, a abundant amount of moisture streaming up from the south on strong southerly winds. The dew points are the numbers on here, and we are into the mid-60s, low to mid-60s dew points, which in February is pretty high. It means a lot of moisture in place. We also see, obviously, from the radar view, a lot of showers and thunderstorms kind of streaming to the north ahead of this low pressure center. The cold front is moving through western Arkansas, kind of towards almost up to Little Rock now, and through western Louisiana. This is all being pushed to the northeast by this area kind of in the mid-levels. You see the orangish colors back in Texas and Oklahoma, and that is very dry air there that is being pushed to the east by an upper level low that's spinning just behind the surface low up in Oklahoma. So there's kind of a little bit of a spin to the precipitation over here in Oklahoma, and that is basically the short wave or the upper level low pressure system that is pushing this off to the east. And as the low moves northeast and the upper level system tails behind that and pushes dry area, and it's going to shove all of this off to the east, and we will be seeing this activity on the radar for the next several hours. There is a tornado watch that is in effect for Crittenden County and for Tunica County, right along the river, and then back into Arkansas and back down towards the Arklamis area. So that is a tornado watch. It does not include Memphis or Shelby County or the rest of the metro, and it does expire at 9 o'clock. And I do actually expect that at least portions of that to expire out at 9 o'clock. Although we'll see what is issued once that expires. The Storm Prediction Center has been kind of watching North Mississippi, and we'll take a closer look at that in a minute for the potential for another watch. But as of this time, there is no additional watch in place, and I was just going to check that real quick and make sure that I didn't see anything new with regards to that. No, just that current watch until 9 o'clock. So watch our social media feeds. We'll be providing any updates to that watch situation as we go into the next hour or two. So here's a little closer look at the radar, and we have a pretty good cluster of thunderstorms moving off to the east of Memphis. There was earlier a severe thunderstorm warning down around Oxford and some hail reported down there. That's moving out of Marshall County now, kind of out of our coverage area off to the east. There is additional showers and some thunderstorms that are building in from the southwest. And if we back this out just a little bit, you'll see there's a pretty large area of rain back to the southwest. And we do have these storms that are passing by to the west of Memphis. But all of this will be moving east, as I just showed you on the bigger picture, as that cold front and shortwave move in. That'll be pushing the system to the east. And I do expect that here over the next, half hour or so, we will start to see more activity directly in the Memphis area, showers and thunderstorms that will continue off and on until that front gets here. And right now, it looks like that is probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1 a.m. So I'm going to pull over the latest high resolution models here, and just give you a quick look at how this might look over the next several hours. And we do see here at 9 o'clock, it shows the showers and thunderstorms to our west, as we're seeing on current radar. This is the forecast, and then we've got the activity off to our east. And it does show that moving over the Memphis area before 10 o'clock and kind of moving through, and then another band with the cold front coming through right around, this is 1 a.m., so 12 to 1 a.m., and then scooting on out of here by the early morning hours. So the next, I'll say 4 hours or so in the Memphis metro, we will be in and out of showers and thunderstorms as all of that moves through, and then we'll be clearing out. As far as the severe weather threat, I think at this point that it's most likely we're just going to see this periods of heavy rain and some gusty winds. We do not have any watches or warnings in effect for the Memphis metro, except for that tornado watch in Crittenden County and Tunica County. But for the immediate metro area, we don't have any warnings in effect, and we could see some strong wind gusts with some of these storms. It's actually going to be pretty gusty outside of the storms too. We're looking at around midnight, we'll be seeing sustained winds of 20, 25 miles an hour with gusts up to 35, maybe 40. So any of these storms that pass over could bring a little bit stronger wind down with it, and so we have the potential for a scattered damaging wind gust around, but I think the threat is pretty low for the next 4 hours. So if you're trying to decide now whether I need to stay up and monitor this for the next 4 or 5 hours and then try and get in a few hours of sleep tonight, I would say as long as you've got a way to get warnings if one is issued, you're probably safe to just go and enjoy some thunder as you're rumbling overhead as you're getting ready to retire for the night. I don't see a major severe weather threat out of this, and so you'll probably be all right. But we will be covering this all the way through till it is certainly no longer a threat, and maybe till it's completely gone, but at least for the next few hours. So we'll have that on Twitter and Facebook, bringing you the latest there. I invite you to stick with us there if you want the latest updates as you're kind of winding down your day. We will continue to provide those for you. So again, the severe weather threat, very limited here in the metro. There are, besides the tornado watch for Tunica and Crittenden counties, which are due to expire here in about 7 minutes. We'll see what happens after that, but there are no severe warnings in effect right now, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope it stays that way for the next 3 or 4 hours. Appreciate you joining us tonight, and stay safe. We'll hope you have a good night. For tomorrow, expect a little bit of sunshine to come back out, mixed with a little bit of clouds, and a high around 60. Have a good night.